Yeah, that's right, Alex. In fact, NOAA earlier on this year launched a wildfire data portal. And so this basically expanded access to the public when it comes to satellite fire information. It can detect anomalies, heat anomalies specifically, even through clouds as well as smoke. And it's also become a very important tool when it comes to early fire detection.
Well, up until about maybe a week or 10 days ago, it had been pretty quiet.
But if the images in front of him are any indication, the volume is now on full blast.
I mean, usually for us, peak season in this area is usually July, August, but we're seeing an earlier than normal start for sure.
Incident meteorologist Bruno Rodriguez
And you'll be able to see they're quite active.
has his hands full.
Here we're looking at the Gold Mountain Fire by Ouray.
Using satellite technology, the National Weather Service can gauge just how intense a fire is.
When we see these kind of signatures, this is not a fire that you can really directly fight. You need to be very careful with your suppression strategies.
It's that information first responders can use to guide their approach.
That's when first responders really shift their priority to life safety and protection of property.
Two of the most intense fires burning in Colorado right now are the Gold Mountain and Aspen Acres fires.
We've been able to detect all the way down to a quarter of an acre fire with some of these satellite tools.
And they're able to pick up on them quickly.
Really, as long as you've got that intensity of the fire from an initial ignition, within 1 or 2 minutes, you can have a detection with that 1 minute imagery.
And time is precious, especially in this fight.
The earlier you can get people on, the earlier they can develop a plan, potentially evacuate people if needed. So even 1 or 2 minutes can make a massive difference.
Now, we have been hearing from fire departments all across the state urging people, especially ahead of 4th of July celebrations, to be fire wise. For Bruno, that includes reducing negligent starts. And he offers a few examples of what that is. He also says that basically the vast majority of fires are human caused. So he's pointing to things like making sure that your chains are secured if you're towing something with your car. He's also pointing to, even parking your car on dry grass, not a good thing to be doing, but it's not just limited to all of those examples. There's much more. Reporting live, Shalima Maharaj, 9 News.